Tony Mitchell here. I'm doing a presentation via PowerPoint with Graham Treadwell just to give him an oversight of the catching pen procedures, Graham.
Yep.
So we'll just go through the PowerPoint, just brief introduction there, what we are, the governing body and regulator of greyhound racing in the state of Victoria.
Yep.
The purpose of this is standard operating procedure, SOP, is established a uniform procedure operating catching pens, as you can see there, and just the processes involved. We've got 13 tracks, conduct 23 race meetings a week, 12 races per meeting, and average of 8 dogs per race meeting. There's just an example of one of our tracks down at Geelong, just for you so you know. Picture of our starting boxes with the dogs coming out.
Yep.
Picture of the actual greyhound chasing one of our hoop lures, which
Yep.
we've implemented over the last 3 months. And before we go into any processes, we ensure that you're wearing the appropriate PPE, personal protective clothing, which includes steel cap boots, eye visual gear, and vests at worst, protective glasses and gloves as required. Here's a diagram of our catching pen, which has a catching pen gate with the flap lifted up and against the top part of the actual rail, the fence. Catching pen procedures on the last lap, it could be the first lap, but it could be the last lap, so you just need to keep your eye on what type of distance the race is. You to pull the rope up on the flap, lift the flap into upward positions once it's secured against the bottom rail.
Yep.
Where the lure runs through. Windy days, you just have to ensure that it stays secure, and you may need assistance. So if you need assistance, again, the person who comes in needs to have the appropriate gear on.
How do you keep it secure?
By actually holding the rope securely.
Yep.
It's a fairly, it's marine rope, so it's fairly flexible but fairly light in use. But sometimes the wind can cause us issues because
Yep.
most of the tracks are fairly open. And if you're not aware of that, catching pen procedure is once they come through the last lap and the actual lure runs through the bottom part of the flap, you just slowly lower the flap down with proceeding forward with the rope. And with a loud voice, you to distract the dogs, wave your arms, distract them as much as you can because they're beaming in on where the lure's going. So the idea of the catching pen is to secure them and making sure that we get them into a safe area and they're safe for the catchers to catch.
Yep.
So once the catchers have come in, they've secured the dogs are being scanned, the first 4, excuse me. The dogs have left the track. You are then to release the pin onto the bottom part of the gate. The flap is down at this stage. You're then to push the gate up into the top secure part against the top section of the
Yep.
gate.
Yep.
And that's basically the use of the catching pen gate. Have you got any questions?
No, just the one I asked.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, Graham.